Okay, so the first thing I do is fail the challenge. Wait, fail the challenge? Okay, so I totally threw my weapon into this zombie, and I continued on my way. Yep, that's what's happened. Anyways, I have yet to become a ninja so far, so in order to become a ninja, I must first look as one. Next, I have to train as a ninja. Wait.
Before? You done this before?
Well, you know, kinda. I make it outside and it's daytime. Yeah, can't make it nighttime until I finish the first starting quest. I throw a few firecrackers and just like that, I'm a sneaky boy. After I avoid the big dude and turn the power back on, I am forced to sleep through the night. This game really is anti-night, huh? Anyways, I do secret spy ninja stuff and get intel on my potential target. Turns out he's the wrong guy. I go do a mission for this dude and I am now able to be in my natural element. Darkness. I talked to this warlord guy. Oh, and I think he's the target I've been looking for. Huh, yes, he sure is. I talked to a guy that gives me the details on my mission. Note, I need to do this to help with the people back at the tower, because they need Antison and the only person to turn to is the warlord, which has Antison. With my task in hand, I go out to fix the radio tower. However, at nighttime, it proves to be scary. The first radio tower couldn't be fixed, so I go to the next one and get that one to work. I finally take the time to use my skill points I have gotten and level up a bit. I sleep and head back. It turns out I have to do even more crap for these guys. Now I have to go to the local villages and loan shark the heck out of them. After doing all that, as I'm heading back, I witness a guy going back in his hole.
You didn't see anything.
I make it back and I find myself being lectured to by this douchebag. Kind of lame. Anyways, we get the short end of the stick and we head back to the tower with only 5 vials of Antison. So much for that crap. Brecken gets a little mad and Raheem is a little drunk on the roof, so with everyone acting like a sack of couch potatoes, I'm the only one that ends up doing anything around here. Family drama, am I right? Jade and I meet up to plan to hopefully steal some Antison that may be held up in the school by Rise's men. There's a lot of doubt in that last sentence. As I'm making my way through the school, I'm faced with killing many enemies. This becomes really hard, really fast.
That's what she said!
Anyways, my throwing stars are getting blocked by these dudes, and that's just annoying. I mean, look at that. Like, how do you somehow block 3 shurikens at once? You're not a dang Jedi master. It's so dumb. I managed to kill these fools and get down to the basement to meet Jade. We open the crate and there's no Antison. Instead, we find TNT. Jade leaves with the TNT and I become a ninja fighting god. I throw a star up a Bolter's bum, grab the tissue sample, and head to the dock for him to study it. After that, I hear Raheem over the radio doing the thing I specifically told him not to do. Rebellious teenagers, am I right? Anyways, in Walking Dead fashion, this gets him killed. Oh, and I Naruto'd my way through a building and demolished it. I'm now a supreme ninja. I'm back at the tower and Jade overhears us talking about Raheem's death. And at that same time, the doc gets kidnapped because the GRE found out that the doc found a way to mutate the virus and make a more deadly variant. Which, if you're trying to sell a bioweapon on the global scale, you're gonna want options and selling points. So they have the warlord guy kidnap him and collect his research. But wait, sorry, that's a spoiler. I mean the GRE are totally good people. I make it up the building and take out all the enemies that are in my way. Once I get inside, I sneak around and take out my first guy, who just tanked all of my shurikens. I am dead. This is it. That's all my shurikens. I need more. I'm gonna need more. I do the math in my head. I need more. Apparently I didn't do good enough math because I didn't calculate for this one dude taking all my shurikens. That's off script right there. So great. With less weaponry, we continue with the ignorance of a cat. After wasting even more resources, I have the single most legendary duel of all time. Anyways, we make it down to the garage area, and I'm sorry, I just hated this part. If I die with my weapons on the ground, and if I don't pick them up by the time I die again, they despawn and I can never get them back. It's a conundrum I hate. So, with almost no more throwing stars left and limited Molotovs, I had to play my cards carefully. I used my Molotovs to make sure I only got confirmed kills. I used up my throwing stars on guys that got close, and then I resorted using my weapons to throw at them when I could. I lost a couple weapons along the way, but I knew this wasn't going to be easy, and honestly, this part is tougher than most bosses. I really should have just looted a bunch and stacked up on throwing stars and Molotovs, but that ain't easy at nighttime, so yeah, it's just difficult either way. Okay, so when the time came to reserve my weapons even more and be more careful, I started to get an idea of propane tanks being a bit useful. So I started to test my idea out, and in doing so, I evolved as an even better ninja. And of course, at one point, I thought this guy was invincible to explosions. I mean, come on, look at him. He doesn't die to these propane tanks. He just die. After being in a death loop for so long, I finally got to the dock after an hour of just pure dread. Oh, the things I do. Anyways, the lights go out, and wouldn't you know it, douchebag showed up. I knew I smelled something funky. It wasn't the propane tanks. Okay, so the pit was actually sorta easy. I had a bunch of weapons at my disposal, so it was just a matter of time. Very easy. Alright, so this dude monologued. I cut his hand off, and cause why not? The dock dies, and I hardcore parkour the hell out of there. I run like there's no tomorrow, and I get out of that hellhole. Or should I say pit? I wake up on the docks with Brecken being the one who helped me. Good guy Brecken, huh? I get all my stuff back and head out to go find Jade, who ran off from earlier. I get through the underground tunnels of Haran with rather ease until I get sold out. Of course. After throwing everything in my pockets at these guys, I make it through and get to Old Town. I first talk to Troy, who tells me Jade was just at the university, and so I make my way there. I get there and guess what? No Jade. Anyways, Troy tells me to head back to the tower to see what they found. And I was just there too, like 2 minutes ago. As being a bit curious though, and it being the main quest, I make my way over. It turns out that the outside media and governments are painting this whole city as having no more among the living, so we should just blow it up. Yeah, of course, because you blow up an empty city in hopes you get rid of the virus, despite the fact that the infected have their nest in the underground parts of the city. Great plan there, guys. Great plan. Okay, so now I have to fix stupid people along the whole dang list of things I, as a ninja, have to already do. This is definitely some Giga Chad main anime protagonist vibes I'm getting here. Anyways, I help this guy Michael with a plan to make a sign on the side of this apartment building in the hope people will see that there are survivors in the quarantine zone. This guy is too much of a coward to go, so I have to do this myself. Just great. I get through with relative ease. I make it out of that place and set off the detonator. With that disappointment, we get to meet Jade now, and wouldn't you know it, another disappointment. Just love it. My patience as a supreme ninja are getting so tested right now. I interrogate a guy on Rise's fort nearby. He tells us a way to get in, but we need scuba gear. Being a supreme ninja on the fence of being royally pissed off, I make that swim no problem. Once in, I light some guys up because I can. I take my time with this next part and slowly manage to kill them all. I drink my cocaine juice and I make a run for it to get to this epic checkpoint spawn. It's just broken. After killing the last 2 enemies in my way, I kill the herd of infected and make my way in. With Jade now being infected with the virus and I being infected as well, who was gonna take the antigen? I fall into a dreamlike state and find myself being attacked by Jade. Oh wait, no. I must have just started to turn into an undead right when Jade gave me the antigen. With this revelation, Rise gets mad and sends his guards in to kill us, although Jade had other plans. After Jade gave it her all, I now had to face Tahir, which bro, this dude was annoying, but was easier than my kick only challenge, which go watch that video if you haven't already. It's really good. One thing I found funny during this fight is that at many times my weapons would just flop around on him once I hit him. I mean, he just tanked that thing. That's so dumb. Anyways, I get him down to half and that's when the real party starts to happen. Cause remember, if I die more than once with a weapon on the ground, it despawns. So there was a very good chance I'd have to restart this part completely. But luckily I played my cards right and slowly took one guy out at a time, while in the process gaining more weapons. Once I finally killed all the goons, it was just a matter of just hitting the dang dude to finish this boss fight. Which, it's kind of funny how he just plopped over like that. Anyways, we tie up loose ends, I grab my gear to head over to Troy. She tells me I should go to this radio tower and try to send out a transmission to the outside world in hopes to not have O-Ren blown up. So, I make my way to the radio tower. Once there, I bolt straight for the keycard and up to the base of the radio tower to turn the power on. After climbing for what felt like a year, I make it up to the top and I send out the transmission. Crisis averted. After that, I had to, well, let's try that again. After that, I had to go to Old Town. Yeah, there we go. That worked. That's the one. Once there, I finally meet up with Dr. Camden, which I am totally sorry. I forgot to record this part. Not much happened anyways. After my YouTuber shenanigans, I talked to Dipcrap the monologuing douchebag. TLDR, he wants to 1v1 me on Rust. So, therefore, me being a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 fan, I had to accept. Also, it sucks. It can't be nighttime during the final mission here, so we'll just roll with it. I show up bringing my A game. Just look at this. Throwing UV flares to stop volatiles from chasing me? Easy. Going up the elevator like a boss? Easy. Hardcore parkour? Easy. Feeling pumped and ready to go? Easy. Okay, so here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's do this.
I take a hit with a throwing knife and I dodge some attacks. I get knocked down to the ground and find myself in a dire situation, but I didn't give in. I used all my strength to Sudoku the enemy. However, I made a fatal flaw, and before I knew it, I was knocked down onto a shipping crate that was hanging over the edge. Things weren't looking too good now. I had to think of a way to win this fight, but in the nick of time, I grabbed the knife that was still lodged into my shoulder, and I used it in a desperate attempt at victory. And surely enough, I threw Ryze off the edge, and that's how I beat Dying Light as a ninja. A supreme ninja. Thank you all for watching this far into the video. I just want to say I have the worst video schedule ever. A lot of things popped up during the making of this video, but I will say there should be more videos more frequently now. I hope. Anyways, thank you, and I'll catch you all on the next one.